every damn time.
Dope.
Welcome to the podcast. I lost my train of thought because Sean distracted me as I was rolling in. So just welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
Just saying. I am Tara.
I'm still Sean.
He's still Sean, distracting me the whole day.
And this is Joe. Okay.
Boy, you guys really loved that Joe episode. You killed it.
Yo, Joe.
Yo, Joe. So, okay. We passed 1,000
Woo!
subscribers, finally.
I feel like we've probably been there and YouTube wasn't giving it to us.
I still, yeah, I feel like they're like doing shit with our numbers somehow. I haven't figured out how, but I think they're messing with our numbers. But we did finally pass 1,000, so we can do the live thing again.
We're afraid to.
Which I know, I'm terrified. I'm terrified to try and do the live thing again, but I think maybe next week we'll try a live thing, and if all goes as it's supposed to, the live video will stay up. So even if you're not able to catch us at around 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or perhaps earlier, you can watch it at your leisure later. So I know. So that's YouTube for the audio people, and for the YouTube folks, you can listen to the entire show on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, Anchor, Spotify.
Anchor, listen. Spot us.
I know, I'm going very quickly.
Be like a pirate. Drop your anchor and look through your telescope and spot us.
Oh, that's adorable.
Oh.
So, we got that out of the way now. So, here's the thing. Have you...
No.
Okay. Have you ever... Alright. I'm not trying to put anybody on blast because I still have this fear that someday my coworkers are going to find this show. Right? And then they'll be like, why were you saying the things you were saying? So I'm not... What you talking about, Willis? I know. I need people to know that I'm not being mean, but this was something that inconvenienced me, and we're going to discuss it. And I'm discussing it in case, A, it's ever happened to you, or B, you are this person.
B.
You need to change your evil ways. So...
Or do you?
No, you definitely need to do it. So, it was time for me to go.
Like to be evil.
Yeah, it was time. It was so time for me to go. Quitting time in my mind. So I gather my belongings, and I head for the door. Now I have to walk out of my cubicle and go around a corner, down a little thing, and then make a quick right. And then I'm headed for the door. Actually, I'm headed
take it right to Albuquerque.
Actually, I'm headed for the bathroom, and then a quick left, and I'm at the door, right? So, I'm very excited. Freedom is within my grasp. And
$1.05.
So I turn the corner, and all of a sudden I hear from where from a distance, where I had just come from, oh... Nice of you to say goodnight, Tara. See you Monday if you're leaving, I guess. And I just went, you've got to be shitting me. Really? Like, I'm covertly trying to get out the door. And you are just putting a spotlight on the fact that I am leaving for the day. I was not pleased. Not angry, because I know that I feel like they weren't being a dink. But at the same time, I'm like, it's a dink move. Dink move. Why would you do that?
Dink.
That's a dink move.
Dink.
Oh, real quick.
Spaceball.
I heard that, I can never pronounce his name correctly. Taika Waititi, the guy who did Thor Ragnarok and he did Jojo Rabbit, he is going to do a Netflix I'm unsure if it's going to be a show or a movie about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So this will be
movie.
The third thing.
Probably wants to make up for the Johnny Depp one.
You know what? I like Taika. I think he's very funny. His humor's very sharp. I think that although I'm so anti anybody touching the Willy Wonka thing because of Gene Wilder, I would watch his version. I would definitely watch.
The only thing I liked about Johnny Depp's version, is it was supposed to be more based on the way his character was written.
Yeah.
Besides that, it was too stupid and goofy. Especially with the fact that they used one guy for the Oompa Loompa and then just CGI'd him as many other versions.
See,
that was...
Exactly. It just made it weird.
Mm-hmm.
It made it weird. Because you're like, oh, this isn't even a real person I'm looking at. Which one's the real guy? Put your hand up. I mean, I don't know. And I really liked the Gene Wilder one.
I loved it.
I mean,
I can't watch it without having like a Hershey bar with me. That's the downfall of it, though. If I'm going to watch Willy Wonka with Gene Wilder, I have to make sure I have chocolates with me.
Okay.
Whether it's a Hershey bar or chocolate kisses or something. Because I cannot watch that and not even get through like half the movie without wanting a chocolate bar.
Okay, I understand. Sometimes it's like you want a little treat. I like his version of it. He's just, he's nice, and then at the end, spoiler alert, with the whole twist, and he's a good day, sir. I mean, you don't see that coming, because he's been so... And
that's supposed to be a test?
Yeah.
On Charlie? If I was Charlie, I'd be, like, scared shit right now.
Yeah. You're like, what else are you willing to do? You're insane! You know what? As the kids...
Look at his office. Everything's half.
I know.
Half a desk, half a sink, half a hat.
Half and half. The other thing, too, is that as the kids are disappearing, he's so indifferent to it. He's just like, whatever. Got sucked in the pipe?
Oh, that goes to the furnace? Well, 50-50. She won't be burned today. Oh, well, moving on.
Hey, guys, why don't you sing a little song? Because she might be murdered now. All right. Oompa Loompa.
Doobie-dee-dee.
We've got the lawyers on speed dial 3. Oh. That was good. I like that. Oh, crap. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me with all the remakes and all the stuff that's happening. Sean and I are still waiting with bated breath to hear about the Clue remake, which they keep teasing us about. Ryan Reynolds isn't doing anything right now. So, maybe he'll actually move forward with it. I know. I want it to happen, but I don't want it to happen. I only want it to happen for my own morbid curiosity.
Well, I also saw online recently, like last week.
Yeah.
That Jason Bateman backed out.
Oh, good!
He dropped out.
That's good news for me. I don't like Jason Bateman. I don't like him.
I always thought he was dull.
Yeah, he's like,
when I was younger, I liked him. I liked him on Teen Wolf 2, even though that one sucked.
What is it? He's like a rice cracker. It's just like dry and shitty. You know, your acting skills is like a Ritz cracker. Dry and shitty. I should have been a critic. My true calling. Oh, boy. So, oh my goodness, I totally got way off track. So I was like pissed off a little bit. Slightly inconvenienced. But that's like nothing compared to the people at your work.
Nothing compares to you.
That's like nothing compared to the people at work who are like want to be your boss but aren't.
And supervisor wannabes.
And I know you
Every
understand.
Every office must have one.
I know you understand where I'm coming from.
Oh yeah.
And I do like health insurance, which is way exciting. And
yippee!
Yeah, it's fucking woo, adrenaline rush. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have these little job tickets when people email in and automatically goes into the system, grades a job ticket, and woo, gets assigned to me. So someone had like gone in and was looking through my job tickets, even though they weren't my boss. And she was like, hey, you forgot to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but they didn't ask for it. So why am I going to take 8 extra steps if I don't have to?
Exactly.
She's like, oh, yeah, but, in case. I'm like, no, not in case.
I was taking 18 extra steps to try and make it better her way. And have her think that, I'm improving the office. I hope they take notice upstairs.
Nobody ever takes notice upstairs. Let me tell you something. The thing that annoys me, right, is people do it, and mainly, I feel like they try to do it for, like, some sort of weird job security. But it's like, I don't think it works. Like, if you come into work an hour early and start your work an hour early, you don't get paid overtime. You're just not getting paid.
Right. You're an idiot.
Yeah. I mean, you're just working for the sake of working at that point.
Hoping that, maybe our real supervisor will walk past the front window and see me.
I mean...
I already have the window open, but we don't open at 8.
I used to, in many, many moonpies ago, I used to give a shit.
Back in the day.
I used to give a shit. No, I used to be that person where it's like, I'll work through my lunch and this will be great and I'll help and woo. The faster that you realize that it will go unappreciated and people do not give a shit, and
especially these days,
when it comes right down to it, you're everybody is so replaceable. It's just not worth it. Mm-hmm. That's my lecture for the day. I feel like I'm doing a TED Talk. Welcome to my TED Talk. So
TED Talk with Tara.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited.
I just can't hide it.
No, I can. I can hide it.
Well,
okay.
You look pretty good.
Alright. This is awful. I'm stupid. I ordered a t-shirt. I like the movie The Burbs. Anybody remember the movie The Burbs?
Oh!
Tom Hanks. Who was the other guy?
Rick Duckerman.
Rick Duckerman. Corey Feldman's in it, but it's still a good movie despite that. And,
Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher, right. Plays Tom Hanks' wife. It's a goofy 80s comedy. But there's a character in it that I like. And I've always liked him since I was a kid. It's played by Bruce Dern. And it's called... His character's called Rumsfeld, right? And I got a shirt. It hasn't come to me yet, but I might have it by the next episode. I got a shirt of Rumsfeld. And he's like... It's the scene where he's up on the roof and he's looking, and the text on the shirt is "Get out my yard, lame-o," and I'm so excited to wear it. I'm so excited because I love that line. It's hilarious. Get out my yard, lame-o. I wanted, because there's a scene when they go to visit a house. I'm not going to tell you everything, but there's a scene when they go to visit a house and the floorboards on the porch are bad. So he goes through the board, and they were bringing, treats. So he drops a thing of brownies, and the very next thing he's like, well, there go the goddamn brownies. And I love that line. I crack up every time I hear it, because the delivery is amazing. And I wanted a shirt of him with the brownies that said, there go the goddamn brownies. But I couldn't get it, so I had to settle for, get out my yard, lame-o. So I'll be excited about that, because... I'm becoming an old person now, where I don't like people walking across my lawn either, so... Get off my lawn!
Lame-o!
Lame-o.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. That is such an underappreciated Tom Hanks film.
Yeah.
I feel like when people, like, everybody loves Tom Hanks. He's so nice. But it's just like, that's one of the underappreciated Tom Hanks films, I feel.
If I remember right, that's the same neighborhood at the back lot of the studio.
Yeah.
Used in the Dragnet movie.
Oh, really? Well, that's fun.
That neighborhood is the neighborhood where Connie Square lives.
Oh, is it now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that must have been deja vu for him.
Yeah.
Be like, I worked over there. Oh, dear.
That was Granny Monday's house.
Granny Monday. Oh, my goodness.
My God, he's dating Mother Goose.
That's a good movie, too. I saw that, that Tom Hanks, the Won't You Be My Neighbor, or whatever the fuck, what was it called? I don't know what it was called. The Mr. Rogers movie, the Tom Hanks thing. Totally wasn't what I was expecting.
Told you.
I was expecting more...
Documentary of Mr. Rogers.
I was expecting... Well, I mean, I have...
That's what I was hoping for.
Oh, were you? I actually have.
Actually?
I think this one is called Won't You Be My Neighbor or something. It's like a 2-hour movie about his life and how he made the show.
I want to see that.
It's good. I gotta be honest with you. I don't get hit in the feels a lot. And near the end of the movie, I was feeling it. I'm like, Mr. Rogers is too good for this world. He was so wholesome. He's a wholesome man. Yeah, I mean, he was a good dude. Good dude.
There's another little fact that you should know too when you watch that.
Oh, what? I'm ready.
There's a scene when he's in a restaurant.
Oh, I know I know where you're going.
And a lot of other people that are extras, are not really extras. One way or another, they all had something to do with the original TV show. Mm-hmm. I think his real wife was one of the people too. Yep,
his real wife. They actually put the camera on her. Like, she looks right at the camera and she's like, what's going on? Yeah. That was cute. I spotted her because I had seen her in the other Mr. Rogers thing that I had watched. So
I just recently heard that Tom Hanks found out that him and Mr. Rogers were really like distant cousins or distant relatives somehow.
That's almost too fucking perfect.
Yeah. That's
almost too perfect. Aw, now you know why he's so fucking nice. So I was expecting it to be more Mr. Rogers-y. And there really wasn't. I mean, it was cute how it was set up, because it was kind of set up like a Mr. Rogers episode.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, that was different, and I liked it. But, I mean, it's really not... It's less about him and more about, like, the guy who wrote the story about him being influenced by him. So, I don't know if that gauges you one way or another if you want to watch it now, but it was an alright movie. I mean, it was alright.
Yeah.
I'm not poo-pooing on it. I'm not poo-pooing on a film. It's alright. You got
I was making a note for something.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Sean's over there making notes. This is going to be a decent year for film, I think. There's already going to be 2 coming out that I might actually try to go to the theater to see. I'm definitely going to see the new Ghostbuster movie, which I mentioned because Sean's all decked out over here. And Black Widow's coming out, which originally I had very little interest. I was like, Black Widow, I don't really like... All right, don't hate me, don't fight me. I'm not a huge Scarlett Johansson fan. But I accept her in the Marvel movies, if that makes sense. I like her portrayal of Black Widow. I think she does a decent job. So, I'm all for that. I don't know if I wanted to really see a whole film of it. And then I read an article today, and this isn't a spoiler because it's already all over the internet, that because it takes place in the past, that Robert Downey Jr. might be in it. May or may not be in it.
Yes.
So now I'm like, I gotta go see Black Widow now. He said recently that he would come back if they could figure out how to undead his character, he would come back. And I was like...
Zombie!
I was like, well, it's Marvel. No one ever really dies. I mean, they brought... Coulson lives, so you bring Iron Man back. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to do that.
Why not?
Why not? The problem that is occurring now is that he wants a lot of money. Oh,
he's being like... I think I'm losing sound. He's being like Chris Tucker, huh?
Yeah. You got sound now? I hear you.
I hear me, but not like I did earlier.
Yeah, well.
Oh, whatever.
I'm doing my best over here.
Just like a long time ago when Chris Tucker got a lot of fame from Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, all of a sudden he wants triple what he was getting or whatever for anything after that.
Yep.
Especially for the rush hours. Every next rush hour, I think he's getting into higher amount.
Yeah,
That's probably why he isn't getting no work now, because no one can afford him.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes people are a pain in the ass to work with. And you find out after. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh man, I like this person. Why don't they work more?
I thought Ice Cube was working on another Friday, too.
He said like a year ago he was.
I think by now it would be done and ready.
I would think.
We'd be like hearing about a trailer at least. I
would think. I mean, I'd like to see another Friday. I'd be all over that. I would like Chris Tucker to be in it just so that we can bookend the whole thing.
Yeah, almost come back to the beginning, but
right.
Hopefully, if they did work on it, it's done because Jonathan Witherspoon just passed.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So that part's gonna be difficult, unless they write his character as being deceased.
Now I'm pissed that he should have done this years ago. Mm-hmm. Yes.
There's a lot of stuff that should have been done years ago.
Yeah, I know.
They waited so damn long for it.
I know. And then
Look at Top Gun. They're working on Top Gun 2. Top Gun was 84 or something. Top Gun 2 in 2020 or whatever.
Top Gun 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
breakdancing on top of the planes.
I would love to see Val Kilmer try to breakdance on top of a plane. Are you shitting me? That would be amazing. I didn't ask for a Top Gun Part 2. I just want you to know that.
Yeah.
I mean...
I'll take Cocktail Part 2.
Cocktail Part 2. I'm just not a big Tom Cruise fan.
I never was. I just like some of his earlier stuff. That's it.
Matter of fact, if I'm thinking about it, I think that Top Gun might be the only Tom Cruise
yeah, there you
thing.
go.
Oh, no, that's way too loud. Way too loud.
But it worked.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. I think Top Gun might be the only one that I own that he's in.
Well, I got Cocktail.
I might have seen that when it came out. I don't have much recollection about it.
I remember the third Austin Powers. They pretend that they were doing a Austin Powers movie, and Tom Cruise was playing Austin.
Oh, right.
Kevin Spacey was Dr. Evil or something. Danny DeVito was Mini-Me.
Danny DeVito, of course he was.
Mini-Me.
We were just discussing people who are difficult in Hollywood. Mike Myers. Horrible to work with. Horrible.
Is that why he hasn't done much in years?
And I'm guessing that's why we have not got another Austin Powers movie.
You know, like 3-4 years ago, it was supposed to be in works.
Yeah. He was awful. The director from Wayne's World, the original Wayne's World.
Party time. Excellent.
Broke her silence and said that he was
demanding,
atrocious. Here's the thing. At that time, Dana Carvey was he was hot because he was not hot like cute, but he was hot like marketable because he had the better characters on SNL. He had a stand-up career. So Mike was a little bit like, we don't need to give Dana these lines. We don't need to have him have this much screen time. We don't need to blah, blah, blah. So basically, he spent the entire shoot being pissed off that Dana Carvey was even in the movie. He didn't really want him in the movie. And it got to a point, I guess, where he would lash out in other ways and just start screaming about, like, why there weren't bagels or something. Like, why is there no bagels? And why are there no margarine for my bagels? And throwing shit, and he'd just go to his trailer and fucking pout for 3 hours and refuse to come out. Yeah, it's like, you know what? Like, here's the thing. One of these days, because I like to do them every so often, one of these days I'm going to dig up another, like, shitty celebrity story thing. But, like, you and I, we actually work for a living. Actually. And we got to get up, we got to go to work, we got to do shit, right? I mean, actors pretend for a living. They pretend. I mean, we go to work and pretend we want to be there. So, in essence, we're kind of acting.
Half the time, I'm pretending I'm working. Walk by my desk, you go on this side, you'll see I'm watching a YouTube video.
I fucking love that. P.S. They sent out a notice at my work, like, about cell phones. And I'm just like, we're becoming Gestapo over here. No, cell phones verboten. It's like, we're just going to be like, you know, chained to the desk. Don't look. Sometimes you have to look away from the screen. I can't make people understand that. When you stare at your computer screen for 8 hours a day, sometimes you have to go, look, something's over here. You have to look away.
That's probably why my eyesight sucks now.
Dude, I got glasses. I had glasses
I literally
before.
sit at my desk from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
My computer screen's right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lately for lunch, I don't go anywhere. I just sit there and watch YouTube videos for an hour.
I nap. I don't get to, like, nap. But I just go out to my car, I charge my phone, and I just get the hell out of the office because I can't be in there. So...
I want to go to my car and do that, but I don't like the feeling that, like, people walking past me while I'm sleeping.
No, I don't care. I have my seat's back. What are you going to see? Nothing. Me laying there. Are you dead? Nope.
Trying.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. Trying
to hope to go in my sleep.
Yeah, pulse is still hitting. So, I mean, you and I go to work, and these people pretend all day, and it just pisses me off whenever I hear, like, oh, so-and-so wouldn't even come out of their trailer because there were no green grapes. And it's like, why don't you fuck off? If you want green grapes that much, bring them yourself.
Right.
Bring a whole bag and then share them with everyone. Instead of being a self-entitled douche. I don't get that. It's like, oh, they wouldn't,
That would be easy for them, for like the producers and everyone to deal with. What's your demands? Just a couple of 24 packs of Pepsi, I'm fine.
Iced tea. The drink, not the wrapper. Bring iced tea to me right now.
Colors.
I want to hear.
Colors.
I want to hear him sing 3 a.m.
At 3 a.m.
6 a.m, police at my door. Run. Exactly. Iced tea, the beverage.
Lemonade.
And I mean,
that cool refreshing drink.
I know, definitely iced tea, and I don't eat, so they don't need to put fucking snacks in front of me because I'm not gonna touch them. Be like, why don't you make something for the crew? The crew looks hungry. They do the actual.
Gotta be hungry.
They do the fucking real work. The crew. Holy shit. Setting all that stuff up, putting cables. There's cables everywhere. Those are the people. Those are the people who get it done. Mm. So, you know, I hate hearing shit like that. It's like, oh, and then he's pouting, blah blah blah. Get some balls.
I hate it more when it's like diva stars, like Mariah Carey and everybody.
Oh, Mariah Carey, don't film me on the left side. You don't have a good side. All your sides look the same. I don't fucking understand that. It's like, you look the same, 360, all the way around.
We cared about all your sides back in 1990.
I know. Nobody cares about your sides now.
Back when you weren't a douche. A demanding douche.
Oh, yeah.
Double D.
Double D's. That's right.
I like that.
Do you? Spectacular. Yeah, so... Yeah, I'm going to have to compile another thing, because we, every so often I like to pull those out and be like, hey, douches. This is because it's not... I mean, the worst part of that, for me, I think, would be memorizing lines. Because I don't remember shit.
I can't now.
So, I mean, somebody saying, like, okay, here's your script, and you need to memorize these 8 pages. Be like, by when?
2 hours.
A week from now. Even if they gave me a week, I'd still be like, this is going to be hard.
Right.
Exactly. Be like, well, can we make a sing-song about it? Can you just have me nodding a lot in this movie? Like, yeah. Yeah. Nodding and pointing, yeah. I don't know. So, I mean, that part of it, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And the other thing I would give props to are people who have to work in these movies that have a lot of special effects. So there's literally green screen everywhere. And whatever they're reacting to is CGI. Because I think reacting to something
that's not there
is one thing. But having to react to something that's not even there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just tell you, like, oh, there's going to be this thing of water. It's going to be like a tidal wave. Then you're like, no. Like, I think that's fucking talent. Like, people, like, all those, like, fancy pants directors, Scorsese, and all those fancy directors are like, well, Marvel's not real movies. I will fucking say that Marvel, Star Wars, any of those movies that, like, are CGI'd and people have to act like everything's, there and shit. And that's fucking hard. To me, that's talent. When you can act to nothing. It's like, oh yeah, and then we fought Thanos and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, he wasn't really there.
To me, that would be like them finally making a live-action Thundercats movie.
Sean's all angry about that.
Hint.
Yeah.
And just pretend that Snarf is there.
Snarf!
Someone's gonna be saying his lines off the camera, but nothing's gonna be there. Just react to Snarf.
Yeah. Well, sometimes what will happen is they'll have somebody in one of those green suits.
In reality, yeah.
Stand in, so that at least you can get an eye contact view. Right? Because in
just tell him he's gonna be like 2 feet tall. Just pretend you're looking at a puppy sitting down.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? In Guardians of the Galaxy, the director made his brother get in the green suit, and then he was on his knees through the whole thing because that's about how tall the Rocket character would be.
That's what they did with the girl who was I forget her name. She was in the Star Wars movies as that orange lady. I forget her name.
The orange lady. Talking about the Mo character? What was her name? Mo something? Is that the one you're talking about?
I forget her name. Like when she took her little glasses things off.
Yeah.
Around her eyes, her face looked like a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Her.
Oh, they had somebody in a green suit standing for her? Yeah, because
they were on their knees walking around.
Right, because at least you can get the eye contact correct. Otherwise, it's going to be like, hey. Or they'll just be looking off to the distance. And be like, no.
They're going to be here, so just look down there.
I don't know. For me, I think that's more difficult than having...
That's acting.
That's fucking acting to me.
There you go.
It's like, oh, okay. You're
a really great actor if you can do that.
That's what I think.
You don't need someone there. Fuck him.
Get out of town. Speaking of which, we'll close on this thing. We'll close on this. Because you mentioned Thundercats, and that triggered my brain.
Make it.
I have no control over anything.
Make it.
So, coming soon, Kevin Smith is doing a He-Man thing for Netflix.
He-Man.
He-Man. It has Alan Oppenheimer, who was the original Man-at-Arms. I think he did Skeletor too. I don't remember. He's in it. The crown jewel and the thing that might actually get me to watch this, is they have Mark Hamill as Skeletor.
Woo!
Yes!
I'm in already.
Yes! I'm insanely interested now.
Just keep Dolph Lundgren out of this.
No, it's as far as I can tell, it's going to be animated. So I'm like, all right, I'll take it.
That's probably why Mark's doing it.
Yeah.
It'd be like doing when he did the Joker.
Yeah, exactly. But his Joker is so good. I really want to hear his take on Skeletor. It's like,
interesting.
I know. I'm very interested. I think that's coming in the fall. So I'm like all set on that. I'm like, this is gonna be great. I hope. I hope. His daughter's in it too. Kevin Smith's daughter. Yeah. I'm like, gotta get work. What are you gonna do? So
help you in the business.
Yeah. So
Zero buttons.
Yeah, so I'm interested in that. I'm a little bit disappointed because I thought we were supposed to get a live action He-Man thing.
I heard that too.
But so far it's just this I've heard about, so I guess I'll take it. I guess. How was because I didn't see the Child's Play thing. How was his take on Chucky?
That was pretty good.
Was it pretty good?
A little better than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh wow! It's always nice to be pleasantly surprised.
Well, I wouldn't say it was awesome, but
yeah.
For today, yeah, that's pretty good.
But today it was good. So
the doll looks a little more wooden than
he
does like a hard plastic.
Well, that could be good too because it's like it gives it like
they're trying to do their own version now.
Yeah, it gives it like a different quality.
Yeah.
No, Sean's in this.
When you were like us and you grew up with the 80s.
Right. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Nothing compares to
then. Okay, so we're going to say goodnight to the YouTube folks. You can listen to the entire show on everywhere. We're everywhere. Everywhere.
Where we said earlier.
Yeah.
You know where.
Yep, thank you so much. If you have any friends, be sure and tell them about the show, and maybe they'll like and subscribe as well. If you have no friends, mix them up. Try to get your imaginary friends to like and subscribe. My buddy and me. Wash your apples. Sean's got something to tell you.
Have a good everything. Won't you be? Won't you be?
Aw.
Won't you please? Subscribe. Subscribe, neighbor.